In this video, I'll be talking about how inflation and high energy prices can affect the economy. So, in let's say a average household, you have a fixed income, which one or two people earn. So if you have a family of four, you have a husband and a wife, and they'll probably have a fixed income of, in the U.S., anywhere from $66,000 to $75,000 per year as a household income for both husband and wife. So basically, how do I derive this number? The average household income in the U.S. is about $67,521 in 2020. So I just that's where I derived the number. It could be about $67,000 to I guess $75,000 for two adult earners. So you have a husband and wife. Let's say the husband is making about 50 grand a year. The wife is making about 25,000 per year. It would be different for educated professionals like lawyers, medical doctors, pharmacists, engineers, airline pilots, registered nurse, technologists, or whatever. Their incomes would probably be a lot higher than this, but I'm just talking about the average income in the United States, the average person, like more than what 50% of the population makes. So this is just average people, right? So yes, you have fixed expenses, you have which will be affected by inflation, like which will not be affected by inflation, like mortgages and property tax. These are not affected by inflation unless you have an adjustable rate. Then the mortgage could change, because if the interest rates spike up, then mortgages can go up. But most people have fixed mortgages. Your car payment also, that's probably based on a fixed rate, fixed interest rates, or fixed APR. Property tax, it's what you bought the property at, so that's also fixed. And you have other fixed expenses which are affected by inflation, like rents can go up with inflation, utility bills can go up with inflation, fuel prices can go up with inflation, so could food and everything else, because if the price of fuel goes up, then the price of transportation goes up, and that's added into the cost of whatever you're buying. Your barber may raise their rate, if gas prices go up, or if there's inflation. And I guess your cable bill, your phone bill can go up as well as a result of inflation, because their costs go up, therefore they're gonna jack up their prices. Okay. And there's unessential expenses like cable television subscription services like Netflix. You may not need that. Eating out, unnecessary. Trips or going to the movie theater, going out with the family on the weekend, that's unnecessary. So most of the stuff I put in here is just essential stuff. I didn't really add anything that was non-essential or something an average American family would not have. So let's say the average American family makes about $75,000 per year before taxes. But you have to pay income tax, right? This is typically around maybe it could be about maybe 21 to 27%. So I just put it at 25% of 75,000. So I got $56,250 per year after taxes. So this is what you'll be earning at the end of the year. And if you are a W-2 employee, most people are, your employer will be taking out your taxes for every paycheck that you get. So let's say I'm Mr. John Doe, and I'm making, let's say, $20 an hour. I'm working at this company and I make $800 per week. After taxes, I'd be taking about $600 home, and at the end of the year, I'll be making $31,200. That's how much I would be taking home, and that's how much money I would have access to. If you are a small business or something, you pay your taxes at the end of the year. So whatever you earn at the end of the week is what you earn. So if you earned $5,000 at the end of the week, that's what you get. But at the end of the year, you have to pay Uncle Sam the taxes, right? You still have to pay taxes, and if your income is high enough, you'll be taxed more, basically. But you could deduct your expenses from it. So that's how I got that number, basically. And you have two differences for a family that owns a home and a family that is renting a home or an apartment, or house or an apartment. So we're going to start with family with a home. They will have to pay something called a homeowner's insurance. On the average, that's about $1,700 per year. Comes out to about $142 a month. You have mortgage. Let's say for a $350,000 house. Well, the average home in the U.S., let's see how much it is. $374,900. Okay. Get a mortgage calculator. Let's say you bought the house at 3% interest, not on today's interest, and you pay $374,000 for that house. Let's say it's 20% down, so your mortgage is at $299,200. Say you got it at about 5%. That seems more reasonable. You'd be paying about $1,600 per month. So that is how I derived that number. Excuse me. Utilities, of course. You have to pay water and power. You have, well, before in the past, people used to have like landlines. Today people use cell phones to communicate. And you have the internet. That would be something that is essential in most households. You have property tax, of course, based on a house that is worth $370,000. Let's say $350,000. Okay. Fuel. Average person in the U.S. drives about 30 miles to get to work and 30 miles back. Right right now it's about $6 a gallon. You get, let's say you get 25 miles a gallon. That's at let's say 60 miles. You have the husband and the wife driving back and forth to work. That's $28.80 per day, 5 days a week. In a month, $576 a month. Of course, you have food. You, your wife, your kids have to eat, right? So food. And food expenses can go up with inflation as well. And with higher energy prices. Because a large part of goods, the price of goods is determined by transportation costs as well. You have something like cable, I guess. This is unnecessary. You can cut it out if you want. But a lot of people do have stuff like that in their household. Health insurance, let's say both people have full-time jobs, then you don't have to pay health insurance because your employer would have to pay this. Car payment, let's say the husband and the wife has a Toyota Camry and a Toyota Corolla or something like that, or a Honda Civic, Honda Accord, or a Nissan Altima or a Nissan Sentra. Let's see, it's $250 per person, so $500 a month. You have car insurance, of course. For average car, it's about $140 to $150, so two people, $300. Clothes, of course, you have to buy clothes for everyone at the end of the year. Let's say that comes out to $250 a year. Car maintenance, you have to do your regular checkups and oil change at the end of the year. Maybe that's about see how much that is. $150 or $75 per car. So, and if anything happens to your car, like a mechanical problem or whatever, then this will be higher than that. If you need to get a transmission fixed or something, that's going to cost thousands of dollars. So haircut, 4 people, let's say $25 per person. 4 people, $100. Dental, you need to get your dental checkups regularly. You could cut that out if you want, but if you do, you can have bigger problems in the future. Like if you have an abscess or something, you'll be paying hundreds of dollars to get a root canal and get a crown and stuff like that. That could be, I don't know. That's not hundreds. That could be thousands of dollars, because I had 2 crowns done, and it cost me $1,200 per crown. It was a lot of money. So you don't know if you could skip out on these things, but you're going to pay for it later. You're going to pay a lot for it. You could also skip out on your car maintenance, but if you do, then you risk paying much more later on, you know. So when I added all that up, it came out to $4,473.66 per month for a family that owns a home. And this is for a family that is renting a home. So homeowners insurance is $0, of course, because they don't own a home. However, rent is a lot more expensive than a mortgage. Say $2,400 for a 3-bedroom apartments with 2 baths. Utilities, of course, cell phone, same. Internet, property tax you don't have to pay. Fuel, food, cable, car payments, car insurance, clothes. Okay, all the same stuff. Comes out to $4,736.66. So the family with a home, they could save $2,566.08 per year. that we can call disposable income. Family renting a home, making about this much, will be have a deficit of $5,589.92 per year. People could, of course, do other stuff like if they want, they could drive for ride share. They could deliver stuff and get paid for it with these gig apps. They could sell stuff on Amazon and eBay, Mercari, or whatever, and try to earn a little bit extra income that way. They could have a YouTube channel and try to make a little bit more income that way. And there's a lot of ways to make side income if they want. But this is just a bare bones of it. And they could increase this by doing side jobs and stuff like that if they wanted. But this is what the numbers come out to if you don't do that. If you just live on your basic income and you just have your basic expenses. So what if the price of gasoline went up from $6 to $9 a gallon? Okay, then well, the fuel price would be $864 per month, or $3,456 per year, if fuel prices went up to $9 a gallon. So as you can see in fuel, it goes from $576 a month to $864 per month. In a year, that comes out to $3,456 per year. No, that's not right. It's actually $10,368 per year. I screwed up here, but that's the correct number. So delta F would be the change in fuel prices if fuel prices go up to $864 per month, or $10,368 per year. Okay, so previously at $576 in a year, you'd be spending $6,912 per year for fuel. So that comes out to $3,456. That's what I meant here. So that's how much more you'll be paying for fuel. And for utilities, we could add food and other stuff, but we're just going to add the main stuff like utilities, because that's main stuff. And I can tell you that ever since fuel prices went up from $4 a gallon to right now, and what I'm paying at the gas station is $6 a gallon, it went up about 33%, and my utilities went up about 30% when I checked the bill. So I guess this could equate to this as well. So it's from $150 per month, went up 33%, be $199.50 more per month. In a year, it comes out to $2,394 per year. So we were paying $150 before. At 12 months is $1,800 per year. So $2,394 minus $1,800 per year. The change in the utility price is $564 per year. So now we have the family with the home that has a saving of $2,566.08 per year right now, right? So with these price differences, we're gonna see how much they would make after gas prices go up $9 a gallon. here, this is what they were able to save before subtracting by the change in fuel prices and the change in utilities. We get negative $1,483.92 per year for a family with a home, and this is a family that is renting. They were not able to save money, negative $589.92 per year. And this is for the fuel price difference, utilities subtracted with that, get negative $4,639.92 per year. And remember, these families are not going out to eat, they're not going to the theater, they're not buying new smartphones or anything. So if they are, then they'd be in the hole for a lot more than this, right? And I didn't add food prices going up in the equation as well. So the number could be maybe closer to, it could be maybe $1,000 or $2,000 more than this. And when this happens, people are not going to be able to go to the movie theater every weekend, or every other weekend, or every 3 weeks or whatever. They're not going to be able to, they're probably going to cut stuff like their cable, Netflix and stuff like that. They'll cut all the unnecessary things out of their lives. So this is going to affect like small businesses and stuff. It's going to affect places like, or businesses like Amazon, Target, and all these other places that depend on people to use their disposable income, right? Because when this happens, people are not going to have much disposable income, but you will have families that make lots of money as well. Like let's say you have a family that has 2 lawyers or something, or a doctor and let's say an engineer or something. Those families would make significantly more. They can make over $100,000. They can make $200,000, $300,000 or something a year. Or a small business, they could be making about that much as well, over $100,000, $200,000. But then those small businesses are going to be affected, right? Because people are not going to go spend their money on stuff that they don't need, like going out to eat, buying unnecessary things. So that's going to affect them, and that's going to cause businesses to lay people off, right? Because if you don't have the demand, if you're not making the revenue, then you're going to have to lay people off. Because if the money that's coming in is less and you have too many employees, then that will result in layoffs, right? And people get laid off. And now these people are going to be affected as well. Let's say one person loses a job in this family, then their income is cut, their hours are cut. Now they're going to be in the hole for a lot more than this, right? And let's say on top of that, energy prices go up, and that's just going to lead to a downward spiral, right? That's not speculation. That is something that will happen, right? From this data right here. And this will result in businesses, like I said, cutting hours. Some businesses can go out of business. They can go bankrupt. All kinds of stuff would happen. And if you don't have any income, then you're not going to have any of this, right? Your house or home will be foreclosed on. If you're renting, you'll be evicted, and that's the end of it. And then they'll throw you out in the street, right? If you can't make your car payments, then I guess the repo man will seize your car, right? So that's basically the thing about it. So as long as you have a job, you're in a much better spot than not having it. So if you lose income, like if it's reduced in some way, that could be detrimental to a family. And having these additional expenses go up, essential expenses go up, will further prevent people from supporting other businesses. You know, you may have had other like side incomes, but if people don't have money to spend, or if they don't have disposable income, they're not going to buy those things, right? And that side income could shrink as well. So it's just going to be a downward spiral with these high energy prices and inflation. It will affect everybody, and for non-essential things, they'll just be cut off. People will not be able to buy them, and that's pretty much it. And this is going to result in higher unemployment, you know, higher foreclosure rates, people losing their homes. If they have businesses, people losing their businesses, or if they want to try to stay in there a little bit longer, they'll be cutting the wages of people and laying people off. And even with big corporations, you know, like if you're going into a recession, then stock prices are like going down, right? So for example, let's look at Amazon stock, for example. Year to date, they lost quite a bit of value there. Down like 28%. And let's say you were working for a company called, look at Zillow stock. One year from today, that is. So you were working at Zillow or something. Their stock went down like 66%. So if the stock value goes down, then they will have to they have less market capitalization, so they'd have to lay people off, and their revenues are shrinking as well. So that will result in layoffs, and when people don't have jobs, that causes problems. They can't make payments, and when the banks can't get their money, when counties can't get their property taxes and stuff like that, that will cause problems for everybody, you know, a lot more people. And when businesses can't get people's disposable income, that will also cause problems. So that's my 2 cents on it. So if you have any thoughts, you can leave them in the comment sections below. And thanks for watching. By Ace 1000 KS 1975 signing out.